Right, hello. This is for you so you can see the kind of build log of your present for this year. It is currently the 12th of February, so just before we go on holiday. And by now you probably know what you've got given. I think I'll have showed it to you by now. But this is what I'm going to work towards. Don't know if you can see that. So it's a brick style end grain cutting board for you. So the bricks on here are going to be made out of English oak. The mortar bits between the wood are going to be made out of American walnut, and then your little border around here is going to be made out of mahogany. So just a quick look now at the pieces of wood. I don't think I can turn this round now that I've started. No. Okay, so one moment. So wait there. So this right here is your piece of English oak that I'm going to be turning into the bricks. And I'm not going to be able to see much because I started doing it the wrong way, but the grain on here is lovely. You can see it. Ah, and yes, I did get rid of the price so you can't see. So this is your oak. I'm going to turn this around so you can see that this is it to my head, so it's pretty big. So I'm going to be cutting it along here and down here to make your bricks that will go along here. So that's that. If I put you down again, get the other thing out. So put you back. Then we have your mahogany. So if I turn around, this is your bit of mahogany. I'm not going to use all of it, but I'm going to use the most pretty part. So you can see the grain along here, right from the end all the way down. So it's a lovely, lovely piece, and it's this thick. So fairly thick again, so that I can get a good amount from it. So that's your mahogany. And again, if we just wait a little bit, I'll go get your walnut out so you can have a look at that before I start. The mahogany is much lighter than the oak. And this is your walnut. So, see here, so this is much thinner. Yeah, thinner this way, less wide. Narrower, that's the word. So this is much narrower than the others, but you can see it's got a lovely grain all the way along it, and it's about that thick along. So enough, because these bits are going to be really small, because the black bits are just these middle bits. You won't be able to see. I don't think I can. So they're the middle bits along the mortar bit here. So we don't need them too thick. But yeah, so that's the plan. I thought I'd make a video to kind of show you it along, and I'll take some more videos as I'm going along, and I'll do the dates so you can see how long it's going to take me. But I thought this would be a cool way to maybe introduce you, or maybe just show you where your chopping boards come from. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Right, hello. It is currently the 1st of March, and I'm working on your present again. If we take you here, you may remember this day as the day it snowed loads. So if we go over to here, quick look outside, mucho snow. And I won't get the thermometer, but it's bloody freezing out there basically. So I came home early from work, and I've been doing a little bit, and I've currently got one of your walnut things nice and square now, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. If I get it just right. So what I'm basically doing is cutting this into 3 strips lengthways down here. Missed it. One there and one there, all the way down. So I get 3 individual thin strips which are 6mm wide. And these, I think I will have to cut some more, but they basically do this inner bit. Oh, you can't see that either. These inner bits here between the bricks will be black walnut, American walnut, sorry, and they'll be the horizontal parts, well, the vertical parts of the horizontal layers of bricks basically. So I'm going to cut down here with the saw in a minute, and then I'll maybe video it a little bit, just show you what we've got, and then work out how many more of these I'm going to have to do. So yeah, all going well so far. I've still got a month until I see you guys, so hopefully I'll have this done in time. Alright, so it's a little bit later, maybe like, I don't know, about an hour. We now have 3 pieces of walnut, and these will become, you'll be able to see them like that in your chopping board eventually. But that's all I'm going to do today. Got these done, probably have to do another one as I don't think this is enough, but we're getting there, slowly. And it's still snowing. It's actually snowed so much since I've been in here that you can't see my footprints in the snow anymore. So kind of cool. So yeah, I'll see you again in the future where there won't be any snow probably. You going?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So this is half of your oak plank, the other half is over here, and these are going to make up your bricks that I can actually show you now because Eve is videoing. So the oak bits are going to make up the bricks between your walnut mortar pieces that I'm still working my way through. And if you come over here, you'll just see that we're going to get 6 bricks out of this bit and then another few out of here to complete it. So we're just going to cut down this bit first, and then we're going to cut into the brick bits and plane it up and make it all pretty. But yeah, that's where we're at, and the date is the 10th of March at the minute. Yeah. So, no snow outside this time. Last time I videoed there was loads of snow. So, yeah. It's the next day, so it is now the 11th of March, I think. And I just wanted to give you an update quickly before I start today on where we got at the end of yesterday. So these are all the pieces now. So the ones on the top here are your walnut pieces. We still need we need 2 more long ones like this. These are all the oak ones now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 8. Should have more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you've got 8. May need to cut another one. I'll work it out when I get down there. Anyway, so these are going to be your bricks, and they need to be cut down to the final size and dimension. I need to plane it and everything like that. But these are basically what will make up the majority of your cutting board. And these will be the mortar, and then I've got to do quite a bit more. But that's where I am today. I just put them in here to dry them out a little bit because they seemed a bit damp down there. And I'll show another video next time I'm doing stuff, and we'll see how far along I've got, really. So another thing, I don't think I've introduced the way that this cutting board's going to work. So I keep saying end grain, and if I get one of these, so what you have is the bit here is the end grain, and along here, I don't actually know the name of it, but that's the like a cross grain or something like that. So normally when you get pieces of wood laminated together, if I show you on here, so if you see these bits here, get a bit closer, so they're like the wood is like this, all stuck together out like this, so you're working on this part. The end grain cutting board that this is going to be, instead of having the edge, is going to be pieces like this all the way along. And wood is incredibly strong in compression when you're pushing on here. So you should basically have a cutting board that's far, far stronger and looks a bit different than a normal one. So you're basically going to have lots of things like this in the brick pattern and the others making up the other part of the pattern, but everything will be end grain. So you'll be pushing down into the wood as if, so like if the tree was alive, it would be vertical like this. So you're going to be using the tree like it was in its orientation when it was growing, really. And hopefully this should be interesting and much, much stronger for you. So yeah, even the borders, even these bits, everything will be end grain. So you won't be pushing on these bits, you'll be pushing on these bits up here. So very, very strong and a bit more interesting. So yeah, hope you enjoy the little build video thing I'm doing. Hello, how's it going? It's been a while since my last update because I've been incredibly busy recently, mainly at work, but this week I've been trying to do more of your chopping board. So at the moment, I think the last thing I showed you was 9 or 10 of those oak bricks that we'd cut and they were rough sawn. So what I've been working on is turning them from this, which is how you last saw them. So you can see all the saw marks, it's not flat, it's not perfectly square or anything like that. So turning it from this into this, which is much smaller, the correct size, perfectly square, perfectly level in every way, so that they all fit together and all glue together properly. So each one of those takes, to go from, well, I might be able to hold them at the same time. Ugh. To go from the one on the top to the one on the bottom there takes about 3 hours per one, sometimes 2.5, but about 2.5 to 3 hours it takes. And I've had to do, well, so I've got one left, which is this one that I've just shown you. All the others are done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 in total that I've had to do, 3 hours a pop. And this is basically how they'll line up. And I'll show you this in more detail when I'm actually going to glue it up. But this is how you glue it up the first time. So you've got walnut in the middle, and then your oak bricks here, all alternating to the top. They're all flat together so that they'll all glue together and be nice and strong for you. And yeah, so as you can see, I've used all 6 walnut pieces, so I need 2 more of those strips, so they're going to have to be what I do tomorrow, hopefully. But I'm hoping to get the first glue up done before we come see you at the weekend in 2 days' time. It's the 22nd today of March, and I'm hoping before the end of the night to get this finished. And I've got the day off work tomorrow so that I can work on them some more, because I need to get this done because I'm running out of time. So yeah, I'll probably do another video tomorrow on hopefully when I'm done this and when I've done the walnut. Then I need to do a final planing in order to get it perfectly flat, so that when you put them on top of each other, if you shine a light behind it, you wouldn't see any light through. And that's how you know that it's like dead flat and dead stick, and it'll properly stick together. So that's my job for tomorrow. Then hopefully before we see you, glue it up and it can dry for a couple of days, and then I can start the next step, which is basically repeat all that again and then glue it together. So yeah, not much oak left. I haven't started on the mahogany yet. There's still plenty of walnut left, and I'm going to start on that tonight. Probably not, probably tomorrow. And yeah, another video hopefully tomorrow, and we should start getting some more stuff done without so many breaks in between. So, because I think I've got about 10 days left, no, less than that, about 8 days left to finish this. So, going to be quite rushed, but I'll make sure I do it properly and do everything perfectly, and if I don't finish it, I don't finish it, but I'm going to make sure it's really, really good for you. Hello, so it's the next day, it's the 23rd today, I think, and the pile of wood shavings is continuing to grow, but they're all done. So I need to sand down every joint to make sure it's perfectly flat, but I can run my hand over, it's nice and flat, everything lines up, and there is a bit of walnut mortar in between every oak brick. Man, it took a while. What time is it now? It's on my phone. I think it's about midday now, and I started at about 8 or 9. So the 2 walnut pieces of these took just over an hour each. So, farewell, but it's ready now, so I should be able to definitely get it glued up today, and then we can start on the next phase, really. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and it's the 23rd, I think I've already said that. So yeah, another update to follow, probably when I've glued it together and it's in the big ass clamps that I had to buy for this project, because my ones aren't big enough. So yeah, speak to you soon. So another quick update. It's now 6 o'clock in the evening, but oh, I'm in the light. There it is, gluing up. So I'm going to leave it in here for about, well, at least 24 hours, probably a bit longer, to make sure it's fully dried. I think the bottle says about 48 hours, wherever that is. No, it says 24 hours. Leave it for 24 hours then, and then that should be ready for the next step. Next step for me now is to start working on your horizontal bits of mortar, which are made out of American walnut and need gluing together in end grain formation rather than normal formation this time. So I'm gonna get to work on that, and I'm not gonna finish that tonight, but hopefully I'll finish that on Monday or Tuesday. Lot to do. See you soon. Encountered my first problem. So these are your 4 walnut pieces that will eventually become the horizontal mortars. So what I was going to do was stick all these together. Once I've planed them, they're obviously rough at the minute. Cut them down the middle of the thickness, and then I can get 4 pieces on each side of here, so that makes 8 in total, which is the number I need. However, the biggest saw I have, my new one, will only get that far across, so I can't cut it in half once I've glued it together. So what I'm going to have to do, which is very annoying, is cut each of these in half. You can see I've done the line already. Cut it in half and then glue them together separately. This will take a lot longer, but importantly, I'm going to be gluing together things of thickness of about 1 centimetre, which is very, very difficult to keep flat. So it's going to be interesting, and hopefully it turns out all good. And the rest of it is there, still drying. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Hello, it's pretty late now. Date, it's Monday the 20 whatever it is. 4 days I've got until this needs to be completely ready for your birthdays. I think the last time I showed you anything was when I was working out how to do the walnut, and I said I couldn't glue it together all as one because my saw isn't long enough, so I had to cut it in half. That made the pieces about 1 centimetre, and it would be very difficult to glue up. So difficult, in fact, that it was impossible for me, and I've had to give up. So what I've got is them all separated, and I've had to cut them down to 6mm each one. All 8 of them, and that is what has taken so long, I think. So it's now 11 o'clock. I started this at like just before 4 o'clock, trying to do all these, because I don't have long to finish it for you. But they're all mostly done now. A little finishing bits and bobs when I come to do it, and they should be good. So they're done. I've also need to show you the first bit of your cutting board. So these are all of the pieces glued together and cleaned up, so you've got oak and walnut between here. And basically what's going to happen is, if you look up like this, I don't know if you can see this, but these will be the bricks on your board. So I'm going to cut them, can you see there? Oh, this side. Cut them along here, and there'll be multiple layers of bricks coming out from it, but you'll get the picture when I do it. But that's all done. A little bit tomorrow needs to be, well, a lot tomorrow actually, making sure that this is completely flat for when I glue it together to make sure it all works. Cleaning up the walnut pieces and getting them in, and hopefully by the end of tomorrow, hopefully before 11 o'clock tomorrow, I can have it glued up in the pattern with the mortar, horizontal mortars between the bricks. And then after that it will need cleaning up, and then I need to put the mahogany border around it, glue that on, and then it's done basically. And then I just need to plane it flat and smooth, sand it, finish it, and all that good stuff. So that's where I'm at the moment, and next update will be tomorrow. Going to be a lot of updates this week, but hopefully I'll get it done for you before Saturday when we come up. Hello, it is Tuesday. I think the last time I spoke to you was yesterday at like 11, when I was finishing off getting all the walnut pieces down to 6mm. So I've been working on it all afternoon again. You know, last time I said won't be later than 11 o'clock, don't have much to do tomorrow. Well, it's midnight, so didn't go too well, but this is what your board is actually going to look like. So there's your brick pattern. So the walnut is now in between it, and the oak is in between the walnut. So they're the bricks. So yeah, it's all working. Had big difficulties with the walnut, the horizontal bits. So there's going to be a few small gaps, but I'm hoping I can fill them. And well, hopefully there won't be any, but I'm guessing there'll be a couple, because there was a lot of different pieces per row that I'm having to try and join, and they don't all fit perfectly. They're not all the same size, so it is very difficult. But they're gluing up in there. Next jobs will be to smooth this down, get it completely flat, completely square, and then we've got the border of mahogany to do, which I'm going to work on tomorrow, and hopefully that shouldn't take too long. It's just 4 pieces. Just once this is square, they can just be glued on, and then I can plane the whole thing, sand the whole thing, get it up to what, like 1,000 grit, something like that, and get it really, really good for you. So that's where I'm at. Things are going well, so I think it'll be ready for you on Saturday. So yeah, speak tomorrow. Very quick update. It's currently like 8 o'clock or something on Wednesday. So it's next day. What have I done so far? So we've got your cutting board. It's now nice and square. There's no bits on the edges. Whoop, over here. There's no bits on the edges. It's all square and flush. So your mahogany board, I've got it perfectly square here, here, and on the other side. So I'm now cutting it down to width along here. And from the top, this is how thick your board is going to be, and the juice groove is going to be routed into there all the way along. So at the moment I'm cutting this by hand, very long time, all the way down, then plane it flush and square. But basically you'll have, I think it's 10 centimeters here, then again, then again, then again, and there's 4 of those being stuck together, 2 lots of 4 being stuck together, and there'll be what makes the ends of these when they're done. So they're going to dry tonight, and then I'll cut them and attach them to the board tomorrow, and then all of Friday should be smoothing it out, finishing it, and it should be done. So yeah, little quick update, and I'll speak to you at the end of today. Hello, so end of the day on Wednesday. Mahogany's all cut. It is gluing up there and over there, as you can see there. So that's the long bit, 4 pieces, and that's the short bit of 3 pieces. That's all going fine. It should glue up. They all glue up nicely. Cut it in half, then glue it onto the board tomorrow once that's cleaned up, so that should be fairly decent. Testing out some epoxy at the minute, so we'll see what that's like in the morning. Well, in the evening really. And yeah, so tomorrow it's finishing off the mahogany, attaching it to the sides of the cutting board over here, saws on top, attaching it to the sides, and then just smoothing it, finishing it, flattening it, and we'll all be done. So yeah, talk tomorrow. Hello, so second last day, finishing up now, and it's 11 o'clock on Thursday, so I've got all day Friday because it's the bank holiday, and this is where we're up to now. So you can see, ooh, I'll get out the light. So you've got the mahogany border on now, so this has literally just been glued on, so that's what I'm waiting to dry overnight. And then in the morning, so I've already got it down fairly smooth, but I need to get it completely flat and completely smooth, and then sand it completely and finish it, apply the mineral oil and beeswax, and then it'll be done. Oh no, I need to route a juice groove and some handles for you as well, but that'll all come tomorrow. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long, although I can see it probably taking the entire day, because planing by hand end grain takes a billion years. So little update, that's where I'm at tonight. Hopefully it'll all be done tomorrow and I can show you the finished product tomorrow, and then edit this video and you'll see it on Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, see you then. Oh. Hello, it is Friday, so we're coming over tomorrow, and I can't remember where we were last time, but at the moment it is virtually done. So what I've done is everything is now smooth, flat and level, all of the corners are square. It will sit on a countertop and not wobble, although there will be feet to help with ventilation, but it won't need it. So it's perfectly level, perfectly square, perfectly flat. So all I'm going to do now is route the juice groove and handles and then sand it for a few hours, making sure it's like polished basically. And then it should be done for you. Oh no, and then I need to oil it, of course, with the beeswax and mineral oil. But other than that, we're all good. So not too much longer now, I can see the end. So yeah, there it is. Ooh. Oh man, it's hard like this. There it is again, and I'll do more videos later. Quick update, Friday evening. It's like half midnight, 1 o'clock now. Fully sanded, fully level. Juice groove cut out, you've got handles in the side, it's all done. So I'm going to wake up early in the morning and put all of the finishes on it and maybe sand it a little bit more just to get it properly nice for you. But yeah, right near the end, and speak tomorrow morning and probably see you tomorrow as well. Right, it's Saturday morning, I think it's about 8:30 or something like that. Been sanding this for a few hours, and look how shiny that is now. So I've gone all the way up to about 12,000 grit, so it should be really shiny and really smooth. So I'm going to apply the mineral oil for a few hours, and then the mineral oil and beeswax to really seal it up, and then we should be good to go. So I'll probably do one more video where the finish is on, because obviously the colours will change, but that's where we're at the moment. The juice groove is out and the handles are in the side, so you can easily pick it up. Yeah, see you in a bit. Hello, so final video. It is, I don't know, I didn't look at the time, it's like 10 o'clock or something like that on Saturday morning. I've applied the oil, a few coats of oil to this, so it's oiled on all sides. You can see how shiny it is now. But these are some of the features that you can see, some of the grain pattern. So what I'm doing now is running the heater, and we're heating this room up to very hot, and then I need to apply a mineral oil and beeswax paste kind of thing that should hopefully seal up the pores a lot better to make the finish last a lot longer. And the reason I'm heating it up is last time when I did it, the wood was so cold because it was in the house, it just kind of set immediately, so we need to heat it up so that it'll actually have a chance to soak into the wood before it starts to set, so it actually does something this time. So that's where I'm at now. This will be the last video I do in this series, and yeah, by now you should have basically have your cutting board and be able to see it in person.
But this is the final step for me. You can see around the workshop, because I've been doing so late, I haven't had a chance to tidy up, so there is shavings everywhere. But I'm looking forward to having a lie-in, having some rest. But I hope you agree with me that it was totally worth it, and I really hope you enjoy your present and use it for years to come.